And after you leave a like, remember to smash the subscribe button if you haven't subscribed to my channel as yet. And remember to hit the notification bell so every time I post a video, you can know right away. Subscribe, 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 subscribe.
What's up, my YouTube friends, viewers, subscribers, everybody? Welcome back to another banger motivational video. And the topic for today that I will be discussing is self-preservation. So if you never heard that term before, it's a basic instinct that's within us to remove ourselves from various situations. So with that being said, you have to naturally know when to remove yourself in any bad situation that's going to damage you. That's what it's all about. So with that being said, you got some people that literally don't know when to remove themselves. Like, say, if they're out in public and something's gonna happen, and they get caught and they are now collateral damage. This is when you lack self preservation. Stuff like this can happen. Like most people call this being in the wrong place at the wrong time. Because guess what? They don't have the instinct to know when danger is upon them. Or not say upon them, like danger is lurking around. Like people literally don't know when to remove themselves or look after themselves or make sure they're okay, especially in public. Most of these things happen in public. So you have to know when to remove yourself from any situation, whether friendship, relationship. If you're out at a bar, if you're out at a club, it doesn't matter where you are. It's like it's an instinct. I don't know how some people lack that instinct, or maybe it's that gut feeling that you get that that's what it is. That it's what it is. So if you never heard the term self-preservation before, that's that gut feeling you get when you're somewhere, and then you can have that one feeling that, oh, something bad's gonna happen. That is self-preservation. That's your instinct. That's a human nature instinct trying to tell you that you need to remove yourself. So with that being said, is you have to know when to remove yourself from danger, anything that's going to damage you both mentally, physically, and spiritually. Like anything, especially around people, you have to know when to remove yourself. If you got friends that say always want to do nothing with themselves, like you have to know when to remove yourself. You have to know, because it's within you. So if you lack self-preservation, then you are in trouble. That's why you always feel like, oh, it's always me. Yeah, I'm always there. Something's always happening, because you do not know when to remove yourself. Notice if you see a bunch of people somewhere, and then before stuff starts to happen, some people remove themselves. Those are the one that can see when something is going to happen, because you have to be alert. You have to I do not know how people can like go places and then they have no idea of what's going on around in their surroundings. Like, to me, I think that's just awkward, because I strongly believe people should know what's going on in their surroundings, especially behind them, because your blind spot is behind you. So if you can't see what's behind you, does it really make sense for you to want to remove yourself? No, because you don't know. And you got some people that always talkative, like never know nothing that's going on. So like you could be right here, and somebody could be, say, 6 or 7 feet away from you, trying to steal something from you, and you have no idea. Like, you're so busy talking and me, I'm a talkative guy, but one thing, I'm always fully aware of everything what's going on. And a lot of people think because I'm talkative, I have no idea of what's going on. But most times, I speak a lot in order to see what others will do or say. I'm always paying attention. So with that being said, is you got, like I said, you got some people. That's why they can lose their phone. If they got jewelry on, people can steal something from them. This is why people are able to steal stuff from you, because you are wide open. You have no idea of what's going on. People with, say, self-preservation, if they know they have problems with others, when they go somewhere or in the club or anywhere, their back is always against the wall, because always remember, what you can see, that's within your blind spots. And you got some people that know how to play with your blind spots. They stay right where you can't see them. So with that being said, is you have to fully be aware of your surroundings. And I strongly recommend, if you're a drinker, when you go places, do not drink to black out, because you have no idea what may happen to you when you black out, when you're on the floor, when you wake up the next day. You have no idea of what's happening. Even if you got friends that can say, you know what, You can drink, drum, blah, blah. At least do that at home when you ain't got work the next day. If you want to drink and get drunk, or you want to smoke and get high, or you want to do some stuff to yourself, do that at home. Because trust me, when you do those stuff out in public and you black out for 6 to 12 hours, you have no idea what they've done to you, especially for females. I strongly recommend females do not get drunk when they're out in public, because trust me, I don't really want to say that on my channel, but I know you guys are thinking it. But this is why most people end up in like bad situations, because they lack self-preservation. They never know. Like, self-preservation is you protecting yourself from any harm. The minor ones, that's self-preservation. You like, people wait until stuff is like bigger than what it needs to be before they remove themselves. No, if you had removed yourself while it was like minor, then you will be able to avoid something being bigger than what it is supposed to be, if that makes sense. So you have to know how to protect yourself. Like, do not look for somebody else to protect you, because everything starts from within. If you don't protect yourself, you think someone's going to want to protect you? If you can't, say, manage your alcohol or drink responsible when you go out, you think someone is gonna want to say, oh, let's go out and drink? Like me, I'm the type of guy, I'm a social drinker, but I'm not gonna go nowhere with people that can't manage your liquor, because I'm not going out to, say, pick you up at the end of the night and carry you on my shoulder like this to your car and bring you inside your house. No, no, no. I'm all about having fun. People that drink for problems, they're the one that, like, say, drink and black out and vomit and all that kind of stuff. I ain't got no time for that. This is why when I drink, if I go to the bar, like, I'd be very careful of who I drink with, because I always tell people, drinking and, say, like, drinking reflects the heart, and any drugs or anything you do reflects the heart. So however you feel inside will literally come on the outside. That's why when people drink, they start yelling, they start fighting, because they're angry, they're upset. And drinking sort of loosens people up in order for them to feel free to say and do as they please. This is why when most people drink, they cause problems. That's why. If you didn't know then, you know now. So let's say you're out in public and, people are drinking, people are fighting, arguing, blah, 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 blah. And you sit right down in the middle. Remember, most stuff that happens is, like, say, beyond our control. You don't control what somebody else is doing. You only control what you're doing. So if something does not concern you, then I recommend you remove yourself. If you do not feel comfortable, that self-preservation is when you get that uneasiness, gut feeling, like you can sit down and then all of a sudden you start feel like you start feel the gut feeling, you start feel like there's a weight on you, like you just want to remove yourself, like you feel uncomfortable. That's self-preservation, and I strongly recommend you listen to that, because that's your spirit connecting with you, trying to tell you, you know what, get the hell up out of here, get out of here. That's your spirit trying to tell you to go. But you got most people that's, like, say, stubborn. They're like, oh, I'm gonna sit down and wait to see. No, 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 no. Stuff that doesn't concern you, I recommend you avoid. Because you don't want, when you try to have fun, you're caught in the middle of something, then you're collateral damage. So two people arguing back and forth and you sit there looking at everybody, they're going to be like, what the hell are you looking at? Now, all of a sudden, you're in that conversation and arguing back and forth. You know what I mean? Like, live your life, protect yourself. You ain't got nothing to prove to nobody. Because, like, all it takes is for you to work on yourself, say 5 to 10 years, and just like that, boom, you lose everything. So with that being said, is you have to know when to protect yourself, especially with friendships. If you got, like, say, friends or acquaintance, or even in relationships too, like, you got some people that trying to break you and trying to take from you and try to abuse you, like stuff that makes you uncomfortable, you have to know when to remove yourself, because if you don't, it will only get worse. If you have a friend that's always arguing with you, and you never stand up for yourself and you sit down, that's called being bullied. So with that being said, is people literally will do whatever you allow them to do. And I always say it, if a person can disrespect you once and you let it slide, eventually they'll do it again. If a person can steal from you once and you let it slide, eventually they'll do it again. If you're in a relationship and your partner treat you unfair or cheat on you or disrespect you or do anything towards you that hurt you and you let it slide, they will eventually do it again. It's human nature for people to do what they think they are able to do, and if they're comfortable with doing it, they'll eventually do it again. This is why when somebody disrespect you and you say something about it, you notice it never happened again. You have to protect yourself, because nobody want to protect you if you yourself can't protect yourself. No one is going to remove you from the scene if you yourself don't want to be removed. No one is going to help you if you do not want to be helped. Because guess what? If you can't swim, you can't save a person that's drowning. You know why? Because if a person is drowning and you can't swim and you go, you're going to drown with them. So with that being said, is you have to know how to swim in order to save somebody from drowning. So if you can't help yourself, can you really help others? If you lack self-preservation and you can't detect danger or something that's going to affect you, and you can't detect that, you think you're going to be able to remove somebody else? Let's say you're a guy and you go somewhere with your girlfriend and something is about to happen. It could be anything minor, people fighting, blah, 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 blah. And your girlfriend is like, say, there, or friend is like there. And women, I think, I'm not sure. Like most women know when to remove themselves, but they like to see where the problem is. And then you got some guys that's like, oh, two guys fighting. Okay, I'm out. That's just how it is. So if you're out with your woman and then she's sitting down, she's having a good time, she's not going to be aware 100% of what's going on until it's like there. Because I feel like for women, I don't know, man. I think because man is like a protector and a provider, we can like see danger before it becomes a bigger deal. Like women, not to sound sexist, but women, I think they can't sense it until it's like all the way like blown up. Because for me, if I'm somewhere, I can literally see stuff and know when stuff is going to be a bigger deal. But women, they will be there, they will have fun, they will mind their own business until it's already a bigger deal. Then they're caught in everything. So if you're somewhere with your woman and you're a guy and you lack self-preservation and your girl is there having a good time, minding her own business, like I said, having fun, you lack self-preservation. You have no idea. Two people's there near her arguing. All of a sudden they start fighting. They may throw something and hit her. Now, if you had self-preservation, you would have seen, because you have to be very observant. So you have to see your surroundings. So say your woman is like there and you're here with your friends and she's there having fun with her friends and blah 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 blah. And then all of a sudden you see something is about to happen. A guy that got self-preservation, he knows. Because if you got that, you're a protector. So you know how to protect yourself. And eventually, if your woman is there, you're going to protect your woman by removing her from the scene so nothing affects her. Because whatever affects your woman, you're going to want to say and do something about it. Because we're protectors. Protectors are people that take somebody else and stand up in front of them in order for them to not get hurt. So if a guy lacks that, he's going to be in the crossfire too. If that makes sense. So you have, like, I think this video is mostly for men, and I'm not going to say mostly for women, because like woman is not like a protector. Because like if you know your role, I know it may sound weird. You some females watching me can probably, oh no, blah blah blah, nonsense. I know, like, come on. If you got a boyfriend, you ask him, because it's in a man's nature to protect what he loves. And if he loves you, he will want to protect you. So if something is going to happen, he will remove you. For females, how much times have you been in school or at the mall or wherever you are, and then you're wondering how two people start fighting right away? Like you never hear them arguing, like you don't know. But guys can see and know. Like we know stuff you don't know. Like for a female, you guys are nurturing, homebody, taking care of the house, taking care of the kids. Guys can't do it the way that you can, because we each have our role. Let's say a woman only discipline her kids when there's no man around, because like it's in a man's nature to discipline. Like say a kid is there. Say you live with your wife or girlfriend, and you're here, and then the kid is like, you guys kids are saying or acting up. The man is going to say something before the woman. So a woman will say, oh, like kids will literally be disrespectful. And for the woman, I don't know if they see it as being disrespectful. They probably see it as, oh, they're angry, they're upset. Oh, come, because it's in their nature to nurture. A guy may be like, well, do not disrespect your mama. Why did you talk to your mama? You know what I mean? So it's like we got different rules. So I think for self-preservation, I feel like this video is mainly for men. Like you got some women that remove themselves from danger, which is awesome. And those females, I think, were I was about to say raised by their dads, but I would say have their dads in their life. Because if you have your both parents in your life, or stepdad or stepmom or whatever, as long as you have that figure that you can look at, they can teach you stuff. This is why when a woman have, say, her dad that can tell her so, like, oh, I'm not sure about stepdad, because like, no. But if a woman have her dad in her life, 100% contact, she don't hate him, that's a woman with brains. Because you know what? Her dad will sort of teach her some traits that men have. You know what I mean? So it's the same thing as, like, say, when a woman have a son, she will teach him how to take care of himself, do his laundry, like stuff that, like, I don't believe in like gender roles, but like we each have our own rules, but I don't believe in gender rules. I believe if you're living with someone, you guys should, but I don't believe a woman should stay home, sorry, take your keys, and a man should go out and work. Like, if you're a hustler, your woman should be hustling. If your woman is, say, a homebody and know how to clean the house, you as a man should know how to do stuff like that too. So, with that being said, is you have to know how to take care of yourself, especially if you're gonna get sick or something is gonna happen to you, like any minor stuff. Self-preservation is you protecting yourself before you have to deal with others, before you have to deal with a lot of stuff. That's self-preservation, protecting yourself. Like I said, if you don't protect yourself, no one's going to want to protect you. If you do not remove yourself, then no one will remove you. That's just how it is. And that's self-preservation. That's why they always say, oh, self-preservation is no recommendation, because they always make it seem as if you protect yourself and look out for yourself, that you're being selfish. No, you're not being selfish. Like, a lot of people think when you say you got self-love, self-respect, self-confidence, all these type of stuff, they view it as you being selfish to others, because you put yourself so high that they think you're looking down on everybody else. But in reality, you're not looking down at everybody else. You're looking out for yourself before you look out for others, and that's how it should be. Because if you can't do something for yourself, you can't really do it for others. If you can't cook for yourself, you can't cook for others. If you can't manage your money, you can't explain to someone how to manage your money. If you never bought a house, you can't tell somebody how to buy a house. You know what I mean? So if you never did it for yourself, you can't teach it to others. So you have to know when to protect yourself. And let me go right back to when I said, how much times have you ever been places and you always say you're in the wrong place at the wrong time? You are not in the wrong place at the wrong time. You just lack self-preservation and you didn't know how to remove yourself. I guess when people are stunned, I guess they say froze. Like that. And they say, oh, I should have did this and I should have did that and blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. I guess they froze. That's why they can't remove themselves. I guess that's one excuse that people may have. So, because, say when something is going to happen, or someone is trying to fight you and you black out or you froze. Like, how much times have you froze and then you're like, oh, I should have said this and I should have did that? You probably froze, because what, you do not know how to control yourself. So as soon as something happened, you black out, you froze, you don't remove yourself, you're right there. You are right there. And then the next day when you say back to your original self, then you say, oh, I should have said this, and I should have said that, and this and that. I can't believe that person said this, and I never said nothing. I can't believe that person disrespected me and embarrassed me in front of everybody, and I should have said this. That's why. Because in order for you to have self-preservation, you have to have self-control. You have to be able to control yourself. If you can't control yourself, then you can't have self-preservation in order to remove yourself from various situations. And if you're with a partner, you can't remove yourself. And this is why a lot of people end up getting the crossfire. Because guess what? You're there with your friends or your woman, and then something happened. They lack self-preservation. You also lack self-preservation. Sorry, you didn't know when to remove them. Then all of a sudden things start happening. No, not say things are happening. Let's say you and your woman are somewhere, or you and your friend is somewhere. It could be anybody. You and someone is somewhere. Then all of a sudden, someone is trying to argue with them. You know what I mean? Self-preservation would be you trying to protect that person and yourself by removing that person in order for things to become a bigger deal. So, because like I said, you don't control what others are doing. So let's say you're somewhere with your friend and someone is drunk, and talking crap, and you're there to have a good time. A person that got self-preservation would say, "Why is that person like that? You know what? I'm not here to deal with all these nonsense. I'm here to have fun." If your friend is there, or family is there, or a woman is there, you will remove them because you already can see that that person is drunk and you're not there to have any problems. You're there to have fun. If you lack self-preservation, then you will relax. You probably won't even know that they're arguing back and forth until when they start fighting. You're like, "Oh, somebody's hitting my friend." Blah 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 blah. That's just how it is. You have to be aware of what's going on around you. For me, I think I think when people see me at first glance, they really do not know who I am until they really get to know me. Then they notice I'm a very observant and smart, intelligent guy. Because smart is being clever, and intelligence is with be having brains. Sorry. So that is self-preservation, knowing when to protect yourself and remove yourself. Not saying knowing when to protect yourself. You should know to protect yourself at all times. Sorry, I stand corrected. Always protect yourself from any harm or anything. Anything that you feel uncomfortable doing, you remove yourself. Do not froze. Control yourself and remove yourself. Your life could be a lot better. You can be peaceful because you don't have to go out and worry about arguing with nobody or fighting with nobody. And like I said, you don't control what somebody else is doing. You only control removing yourself and having fun. Life is way too short for you to be having problems with drunk people or different kind of people that ain't got nothing to do with you. So with that being said, is remember, self-preservation is about protecting oneself from any harm. It could be this small to this big. You never know. Always remove yourself. Always look after yourself. And you're not selfish. You're just making sure at the end of the day, you're okay. That's just how it is. So there you guys have it. Thank you very much for watching. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and stay tuned. I will be back doing more stuff. You go enjoy the rest of your day. I'm out. And don't forget to follow me on social media. I post daily on them.